This video is a re-upload due to copyright, so I apologize for the spam in your subscription box, but I've worked too hard on it to not make money from it and to let it be censored by the YouTube algorithm. And if this happens again, I'll just re-edit it and re-upload it, because as a wise man once said,
I'm big money, not give money.
Please enjoy the program. What are you living for?
Why are we still here?
I know, you just wanted a YouTube video to eat lunch with and not a
minor existential crisis.
But it's relevant considering today's video, and it's important to think about. The Earth has been around for whatever non-denominational, long-ass period of time you believe it has, and all of its circumstances have conspired to put you here, in this very moment, doing whatever you're doing right now. Maybe you're studying, or getting on a plane, or you're on a road trip. Hey, did you know that if you drive in the other lane of traffic, you unlock a secret bonus area called prison? Whoa, wait till the end of the video! We as humans are given such a relatively short amount of time on this earth. So it's important that we make the most of the time that we have. And that can be difficult. In a culture that encourages nonchalance, people are forgetting how to care. They are constantly taught individual survival instead of living life. Oh, we're all just cogs in a machine, so just shut up and do whatever you can to work and survive. These people are like prisoners, never deviating from the sheet music of a life. But if today's show has taught me anything, it's that the score is more of an emotional guideline.
The code is more what you call guidelines than actual rules.
It's taught me that those are the moments when we need to reach inside, knock something loose, and remind ourselves that we still feel. The show that made me ask questions like, who am I doing it for? What do I want to achieve? And what is that melody? I'm talking about Your Lie in April. Your Lie in April aired in 2014, and if you think that it looks like a slice of life based off of a music club, you're just as dumb as I was when I first watched it. The show centers around piano prodigy Kosei Arima, and the girl that he meets in April, Kaori Miyazono. Together, they help each other tackle the challenges of loss, regret, and the human condition. I watched this show when it was originally airing, and all I could remember was, oh, that hurt like a Great show, though. Then I ran a poll, and nearly half of you said that I hadn't been hurt enough. That's like walking into a room of 300 people with a broken arm, and then 150 of them just start curb stomping you. But because I care so much about my adoring public, I went back. I watched the show again. And I cried during every single episode. Now more than ever, a show like Your Lie in April needs to be re-examined to see what we can learn from it in the modern day. And I want to begin by talking about the characters. Let's start with Kosei and Kaori. Kosei and Kaori should be discussed the same way that all great musical duos are discussed. Together. You might even say, in harmony. They are the foil to each other. Where Kosei is reserved and even defeated, Kaori is bold and indefatigable.
That's a big word for Elmo.
Kosei, raised to be a classical pianist by his domineering mother, is afflicted by psychosomatic deafness. When he lost his mother, the trauma caused his body to reject performing entirely. He can read the sheet music, but he can't hear the notes when he's playing. This forces Kosei into a state of emotional limbo. The piano means so much to him, but he associates the pain of his mom with it. He wants to force himself to let go, but he can't because he loves it too much, even if he doesn't want to admit it to himself immediately. He keeps his piano around, but the room it's in falls into a derelict state. He doesn't perform anymore, but he still cares for his hands like he does. He wears gloves to sleep to protect them. Kosei represents what I call external loss. The loss of a friend or family member, or some variable outside of your immediate self. By contrast, Kaori is an excellent example of internal loss. By all accounts, on the surface, Kaori has it all. She's got loving parents, she's musically talented, she has good friends, and she's a beautiful young lady. But this all belies a great pain. Kaori is afflicted by a disease called Friedreich's ataxia. This disease is, in many ways, the perfect tragedy for this series. Friedreich's ataxia is a neurodegenerative disorder that usually shows in adolescence. Its symptoms include seizures, loss of muscle control, paralysis, and in more severe cases, heart failure leading to death. Kaori is living a life that she knows could be over at any second. It's all just a ticking clock until Kaori loses the ability to walk and play her violin, and then her life slips away entirely. Two people confronted by great loss. The difference is in what they choose to do with their circumstances. When confronted with his loss, Kosei does what many people would do and withdraws from the world. Why would you want to interact with a world that has just taken from you? On the complete opposite end of the spectrum, Kaori's mortality ignites her spirit. Kaori attends competitions and plays her heart out. This is frowned upon classically because you're supposed to play the score to a T to earn points, but Kaori doesn't play for conventional success. Kosei spent his life playing for his mom. He played in service. Kaori plays to be remembered. Kaori understands better than anyone that our time is finite, and because of that, she wants to reach as many people as she can. Kaori lives this way because not only does she not want to be forgotten, but she wants to inspire other people to live in the same way. Kaori sees in Kosei what she sees in so many other people in the world. Endless struggling, people with all the tools but aimless in their direction. In many ways, she also sees herself in Kosei. She sees what she could have been if she let her circumstances defeat her. And it's because of this that Kaori lives as she does. She runs and plays and eats all the sweets that she wants.
Here are your caramel apple nut waffles.
You're telling me an apple nut on these waffles? Kaori plays her heart out because when you've given people a window into your soul, you can't imagine life without it. For Kaori, death isn't the atrophy of her muscles or the degeneration of her nerve tissue. For Kaori, death is not being able to express yourself and being forgotten as a consequence of that. And because of all of this and everything that she sees in Kosei, Kaori wants to do everything she can to bring him back to life. I really do love how much that these two are each other's missing halves. They even mirror each other in their character design. Kosei's dark hair and straight-laced outfits versus Kaori's bright blonde hair and more casual style. You can see it in their eyes even. Kosei's blue eyes shine like gems in the middle of his dark motif, representing the glimmer of hope still within him. Kaori's eyes are gray, almost colorless, the same shade that Kosei's are at the beginning of the series. They represent the pain and the internal struggle beneath all of Kaori's bright look. But what I really enjoy is the way that you can literally see these two light up each other's world. Kaori turns little glimmers of hope into polished gems that shine like a guiding light, inspiring everyone that Kosei meets. Kosei turns the cloudy nights of Kaori's eyes into limpid pools of moonlight, and it's beautiful. No matter the fear, no matter the past, they push forward. And if you aren't feeling it, you fake it till you make it, and you still get up there and you push forward. And that's how you tell the most beautiful lie. The lie in April is faking it till you make it. It's pushing down your fear and putting yourself out there. Whether it's music or some other art form, you're making an impact. No matter what you think, as long as you make the effort and put it out there, you will resonate in people's soul like a perfect melody. The next people I want to talk about are this stellar cast of side characters. Frankly, a lot of people in this series could get their own mini video, but for brevity's sake, I want to focus on Kosei's core friend group and his mom. Let's start with Watari. Ryota Watari is Kosei's childhood friend, and the captain of the school soccer team. Sorry guys, I just got a memo from our parent company, Omniship. The world is ours. It says here the term soccer is not internationally accessible, and that I should say he's the captain of the football team, and then make an EU-friendly joke. Who remembers the 3-pound meal deal, am I right? Berries and cream. I think Watari is everything that young men should aspire to be, making him even more important in the modern day. Watari is initially presented as a stereotypical player, but through multiple conversations and scenarios, we get to see the sensitivity and depth of his character. Watari helps Kosei process his feelings for Kaori, even when Watari is still dating Kaori. He's patient and understanding that people have feelings and connect, and some people are just more of a match for one another. But this doesn't hold him up because he's always leading by example and caring for the people around him. Whether it's for his team or for his friends, Watari is always supporting his loved ones to make life better for them and himself. It's no wonder girls like Watari, because beneath any airheaded personality traits he might have, he's a genuine and good guy. Watari is the type of guy that incels would call a jock or a bad guy, and I don't know how else to say what I'm about to say to those people except for yelling it. Women care about personality! Focus on who you are inside, and then you can be inside of her. Tsubaki is Kosei's other childhood friend. Tsubaki plays softball. Lots of running, maybe because she's always running from her feelings for Kosei. Tsubaki represents the type of people who can't cope well with change. She spends the entire series running away from her feelings and opposing Kosei's musical career because she doesn't want to jeopardize the way things are right now. If she admits her feelings, she ruins a friendship. If Kosei pursues music, he grows further away from her. But through bouts of pushing everyone away, Tsubaki realizes that she has to be honest with herself. Time's arrow only marches forward, and the lesson that Tsubaki's character learns is that we either need to catch up or be left behind. You can stay in the past, but there's no one there anymore. In being honest with ourselves and others, we have the opportunity to change things for the better and not cause undue pain to ourselves or the people we care about. If I have any grief with Tsubaki's character, it's her love story. Because she does admit her feelings for Kosei, but it ends up getting played off as a joke, and then she just says she's gonna go to a school near him. It's messy. I've said this before, but I don't believe a series ever needs romance. If you can write a romance story that's appropriate to the plot you have in mind, go for it. But no story ever needs romance. The basis for Tsubaki's feelings has a strong foundation and is arguably well written. It's the way they're handled that makes them a disappointment. It's left ambiguous and muddled in the greater tragedy of the end. It's sad because Tsubaki's character has some strong lessons, but the way she's treated turns her into a throwaway love interest, and she deserves more than that. The last person I want to mention before Kosei's mom is Kashiwagi. So Kashiwagi is Tsubaki's teammate, and I kind of referred to her as Friend B throughout the entire script because of a joke that Kaori makes about Kosei being a side character. But then she started giving really cool advice later in the series, and she was just an awesome person, so I just wanted to give her honorable mention. Kashiwagi is arguably a stronger character than Tsubaki. And now let's talk about Saki, Kosei's mom. Kosei's mom is the character that I fear will be the most improperly analyzed under most modern lenses. Warning, the following commentary contains nuance. Ooh. Kosei's mom is the one who originally trained him on piano, but her teaching style was rigid and violent, emphasizing a strict obedience of the score since that's what judges rated you on. This culminated in her physically beating Kosei after a performance and him telling her to die. Those were the last words he ever said to her, by the way. We learn later on that her teaching style was motivated by her terminal illness. She knew she didn't have a lot of time left, so she wanted to leave Kosei with some way to take care of himself or make money after she was gone, and she thought piano was the best way to do that. She even expressed regretting that she didn't get to teach Kosei the art of things. Kosei's mom spent her very last breaths worrying about Kosei. He was always on her mind. Her motivations were good, her actions weren't, but that doesn't make her a bad person. Oh no! The bad character isn't one-dimensionally bad, and we can't blanket hate them, so now we have to engage with them using our literary devices. Grow the hell up! In life and in fiction, people are complex. I can't tell you how to feel about this character, or any character. I don't think Kosei's mom is an entirely bad person, but you have to decide that for yourself with your own morals and your own values. Music is not by the books. Reality is not by the books. Figure it out yourself, and guess what? The curtains are blue to represent depression. Let's talk about the plot. The plot of Your Lie in April is what I would describe as a slow burn without feeling too slow. The show wastes no time setting up all of its core elements within the course of just the first episode. I think my favorite parts have to be Kaori and Kosei's first duet and Kosei's final performance. In the first duet, Kaori chooses Kosei as her pianist, and he reluctantly agrees. This first competition is significant because Kosei is still struggling with his trauma, so he ends up choking on stage. You see, Kaori begins as normal, but a few minutes in, she hijacks the tempo and goes wild, forcing Kosei to adapt. I believe inside, a part of Kaori knew that Kosei might flounder, but she felt that it was necessary. He had to do this in order to grow. Kaori knew that playing piano was the only way that Kosei was going to work through his past, and she was willing to get up on a stage in front of a bunch of people and look like a fool just for him to be able to do that. That's how much she cares about him. Kosei pushes through what many people have described as an incredibly accurate portrayal of a panic attack, because he realizes that there are things and people out there that he can still play for, and he needs to figure those out for himself. One thing this show is packed with is symbolism in all facets. Visually, it shows you things like Kosei feeling his lowest and being at the bottom of the ocean floor, and when he's feeling better, he's on top of the world. He's depicted places like the school roof. The music history in this show alone could be its own thesis paper, and I love it. Every choice in song is very deliberate. Take, for example, in episode 14, when Kaori's condition takes a turn for the worse and she's in the hospital. Alone, Kosei plays Chopin's Nocturne No. 8 in D-flat, Opus 27, No. 2, a piece that critic James Huneker called a sweet summer of two souls. Chopin wrote this piece for Countess d'Aponi, who would frequently host him. It's sweet and melancholic, but most of all, it's emotional, like all of Chopin's playing. The show sets up Kaori's fading slowly but surely. It starts as little things, like a secret trip to the hospital or her taking a lot of pills.
That was a bunch of pills she just took.
It's a lot of her damn business you're in that you don't belong.
It plants symbolism, like the juxtaposition of Kaori with fireflies. Her fire, her light is going out. Kaori does not become unhospitalized past episode 15, and by then, her disease has taken most of the mobility in her legs. After episode 19, she's permanently wheelchair-bound. Kaori isn't always happy-go-lucky, of course, and they make sure to show this. She has an outburst similar to Kosei's mom, which brings up some really dark imagery, and then she even asks Kosei if he wants to kill himself with her, but, and this is huge, he says no because at that point in the series, he realizes he needs to lead his own existence and life and make his own choices, and if he killed himself with Kaori, he would just be following her again. Oh my god! The show offers the illusion of hope by putting Kaori through a procedure, but unfortunately, she dies on the operating table in the middle of Kosei's last performance. And Kosei plays. Because he's not the human metronome anymore, or just a robot reading the score. He's not playing to earn his mom's love. He's playing as a way to remember Kaori, and for the feeling that she gave him to be remembered and shared by everyone in that room. And I'm so close to crying saying that line. The animation of this sequence is absolutely breathtaking. The colors of the rainbow pour over what seems like an infinite horizon. I think something that's really beautiful is the way that Kosei sees Kaori. He doesn't see her in her wheelchair or in her hospital bed. He sees her as the way that he knows she would want to be remembered. Passionate, playing her heart out, and so happy. During the final part of the show, Kaori narrates a goodbye letter that she left for Kosei. And this is the part where I tell you that I haven't been completely honest with you. The lie in April, the lie of faking it till you make it, wasn't the only lie. The other lie was that Kaori loves Watari, because the truth is, Kaori loved Kosei, and she didn't want to tell him because she didn't want Kosei's life to have to revolve around her absence after she was gone. It's the kind of lie that you forgive her for, but that you're still a little bit frustrated that she told. Even at its strongest, the show doesn't force-feed you romance. Instead, it focuses on delivering its message that art is how we survive loss. Beauty does not exist in spite of death. Beauty exists because of death. Death is there to contrast it. Death is there to give us something to live in defiance of. Something to push us to make the most of every day, because none of us truly knows when our time will come. And all the people that we lose along the way, the timbre of their voice and soul will always be inside of us. In that way, they're never truly gone. And we are never truly alone. In conclusion, Your Lie in April has a very simple but effective message that it spends the whole series screaming at you. Live, damn it, live! Of course, there's lots about the show that deserves praise. I love the animation quality. I especially like the little cartoony bits where they turn into tiny versions of their characters. I realize that was probably done just to save money on animating, but it's cute, it's fun. But the plot and message of this show are where it truly strives and delivers. It's the thought that nothing in life is truly trivial, and that there's endless beauty waiting to be admired. The idea that being a musician, or an artist, or just living and enjoying it is the best thing in the world. The opportunity to connect and teach and impact one another's lives is such a gift. Of course, the show's not perfect. It's pretty melodramatic, but I mean, it's adolescence. Everything is dramatic. I also think that the whole love triangle that wasn't really a love triangle because no one confessed until it was too late to do anything about it, between, Kaori, Tsubaki, and Kosei, wasn't really necessary. I do appreciate the themes that it allowed me to discuss, but it felt wholly superfluous. The show's portrayal of loss is second to very few series, and the redemption that it offers is the perfect balance of bittersweet. Because losing the notes isn't the end. It just means you're no longer limited by the score, and now you can play what you feel. All in all, this is a very moving series with very little bloat or filler material, and there's even a nice OVA that talks about the story of Kosei's very first big performance. And that's also the first time I've actually mentioned an OVA in one of these, because when you guys show up and vote and help me out, I give you a little treat. I give the show a 9 out of 10. First off, I will never give a perfect 10 out of 10 because I believe that nothing is perfect, even subjectively, but I think that this is one of those series that gets as close to perfect as you can get. And I think that its message deserves to be echoed for years and decades to come. And that earns it the official ranking of would recommend. But bring tissues. And I've been the Hotbox. Thank you so much for watching. I love doing these reviews. I'm gonna try and do 2 short reviews and 1 long form review per month. Stay tuned to see how that turns out. You can help pick the next review in a poll that I'm gonna have up the same day that this video gets uploaded. So go check my community tab for that. Make sure to follow me on my socials, like the video, subscribe, and share the video around. Tell your friends. Don't forget to share in the comments what you thought of the show and what you want to see next. Whenever you're watching this, I hope you have a good rest of your day and an even better tomorrow. And I'll see you in the next episode of whatever I make. And until then, I've been the Hotbox. Bye.
Whoops.
Hey, it's
Summer.
unless you live in one of these countries along the equator, where Ra shines his scorching grace upon you all year round. So why not break in the season with some new merch from the Hotbox store, a division of our parent company, Omniship. Omniship. The world is ours. We got so many shirts. Fuck. We got like this one's cool, sleek, stylish, it's a pair of lips. Look, you can kiss those. What to kiss? I don't know, I'm a virgin. We got this one. Oh, it's a big knife. Look at that, it's a big knife. See, it looks like this. Just imagine that I'm not wearing 4 other shirts. And we got this one, look at skulls. Motherfucker. Yeah, see, this one comes off. The rest of them don't though, so once you put them on, you're fucked. You can get 15% off of your order if you use this code, and it's the easiest and most direct way to support the channel. And if you order $100 or more of merch, I make a shit ton of money. So order today, hotbox.creator-spring.com. The Hotbox Store. YouTuber merch that won't get you bullied. Order now. I have your dog. I'm gonna do it. Stretch. Alright, don't come about it, Jesus. Whoa. The Earth has been around for whatever what? We as humans are given such a relatively short amount of time on this Earth. So it's important for us to use the amount. Why? The show that reminded me to. Look at the fucking script is what it reminded me to do. Everything for a reason. Fuck you. Well, since I don't know how long I have until this desyncs and fucks me over. Now more than ever, a show like Your Lie in April needs to be re-examined. To see what we can help. Is Kosei. I'm gonna eat the mic. I think Watari is what. Whoa, that's a big squirrel. Fear will be the with a brick, I'm gonna kill myself. Beneath most okay, come on. Fluid, man, come on. And he. Oh my god, come on, man. All of its key elements within the course of okay, wow. In the first duet, Kaori chooses Kosei as her oh my god. I almost said her penis. Okay, come on, just come back on, dude. Brother. What? Oh, hey, that actually one was pretty good. Wait.